Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Hello, and welcome to that Intel Brief. Today, we're going to quickly cover off the US strikes on Iran. So, let's get right into it. At 2:30 a.m. local time on Sunday, June 22nd, the US reportedly dropped 16 GBU-57 bunker buster bombs, 14 on Iran's Fordow nuclear site and 2 on Natanz. Additionally, the American submarines launched 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles, some targeting the Natanz nuclear site and others Isfahan. The attack on the underground fuel enrichment site at Fordow used the so-called bunker buster bombs that were designed specifically for this use. The US is the only country with the military capability of dropping these weapons due to their size and weight. The US attack came after weeks of open conflict between Israel and Iran, triggered by Israel's June 13 launching of attacks against Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure. US President Donald Trump has claimed that the Iranian facilities were completely and fully obliterated in the attacks. The claims have yet to be verified. Iran's Atomic Energy Organization has confirmed the attacks but insisted that its program will not be stopped. Iran and the UN nuclear watchdog agency, the IAEA, said that no immediate signs of radioactive leakage at the 3 sites following the strikes. Following the attack, Iran launched several waves of missiles against Israel. There have also been mixed reactions to the attacks from other countries, with several calling for a return to diplomacy rather than military action. So what? It appears likely that these strikes were designed to be a limited attack on Iran by the US, and unless there's clear signs that they were ineffective at destroying these nuclear facilities, I think it's unlikely at this stage that the US will conduct any more strikes against Iran. However, this could change if Iran does take retaliatory strikes against US military sites in the region. This could lead to a significant escalation, especially if US troops are injured or killed by Iran. That could significantly ramp up the military situation. Additionally, it's likely that Israel will continue to conduct strikes against Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure, as they have been over the past week, and that Iran will continue to fire ballistic missiles at Israel with limited effectiveness. There's also the likelihood that the US will now supply more anti-air missiles to Israel, as the US has definitely stepped up the game. So it's likely they'll come in for some support and provide Israel more anti-air missiles, which had reportedly been starting to run low due to Iran's constant barrages. While this is clearly a significant escalation in the conflict, it's possible that it will not lead to further escalation, depending on Iran's response. In the past, Iran has made moves where they've fired ballistic missiles towards US bases, but landed them in open fields to minimize or mitigate any kind of damage or death towards US forces or infrastructure. This way they can show that they've done something to retaliate against the attack by the US, but without directly attacking US forces and thereby escalating the situation. Also, Iran's military is likely severely degraded at this point, so what they'll do will be interesting. One move that Iran could make is to close the Strait of Hormuz, which would interrupt global oil trade and significantly damage the world economy. This is their kind of ace in the hole and something they threaten to do a lot but have yet to make action. However, with their lack of current air defense, it's quite likely that if they were to bring out anti-ship missiles, they would be very quickly destroyed by the Israeli military and possibly the US military to ensure that maritime trade of oil can continue despite this conflict. So yeah, in summary, a big escalation, but it's possible that this will be short-lived and will not lead to further escalation, depending on Iran's response against the US military. But we'll have to wait and see what move Iran makes. Thank you for listening to this quick update brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.